What books have impacted your life the most? Hi, this is Dr. Matthew Loop here, best-selling author of Social Media Made Me Rich. Here's how it can do the same for you. I'm here in beautiful Dominican Republic, and I was just thinking about the books that have impacted me the most, so I wanted to share 4 of those with you right now. These are entrepreneurial business books. They're also just life, food, health books that I think you might find some value out of if you have an open mind. The first one that I want to share with you is a book called E-Myth by Michael Gerber. This totally revolutionized the way that I looked at business. When I got out of school, I was young, I was naive, I didn't know certain principles. I thought you had to be the best technician. I thought that was the way to attract the most business, make the most money, help the most people. But the reality is, in business, we wear 3 different hats. One is the entrepreneur hat, the other is the managerial hat, then the other one is the technician hat. Most business owners focus on that technical component. They think because they bake good cakes that just people are going to come in by the droves. And in some cases, that can happen. But you can't neglect the entrepreneurial aspect. That's why 10 out of 12 businesses fail within their first 2 years. So E-Myth by Michael Gerber is a gem. The second book that I'd like to recommend to you is one called Influence by Robert Cialdini. In this book, he talks about 6 psychological persuasion factors that help move the needle to allow others to get to know, like, and trust you, and to be able to buy your stuff. You could have the best product in the world, but if you actually don't know how to package it and position it in a certain way that makes somebody want and feel comfortable when they buy, it's not going to happen. You can't change their life. So in this book, he talks about consistency, reciprocity, authority, liking, scarcity, and social proof. All of those factors together influence buying behavior. I've been fascinated for years why people make the decisions that they make when it comes to purchasing. When you understand this, and this is just one great book, the world opens up to you and you attract sales and clients hand over fist because you understand the principles. The third book I'd like to share today is one called Diet for a New America by John Robbins. This is an older book, but this was the first book that I ever read that went into the inner core of commercialized food production. What they do to the animals, how it affects your body. It's an eye-opening book if you are open to learning about what's in the food. I mean, obviously, you always hear the saying, we are what we eat. To an extent, that's true, but we're also what we digest and assimilate. This book actually talks about the food production and why what we think on the labels, many instances, a cow roaming free on a grass, is just not the case. And of course, the biochemistry of your meat affects you directly. So you should always choose the best meat quality. Highly recommend that book. The fourth book is certainly controversial, and it's called And the Truth Will Set You Free by a gentleman called David Icke. I'm not even going to go into this book. You can research it if you want, because there's a lot of stuff in there that is just so crazy when you first start to think about it. Again, I don't believe necessarily everything in there, but it's a fantastic book to open your eyes, how the world works, how the pyramid is shaped, and who controls things. So I'll let you dig into that when you get a chance. Hopefully you like these recommendations, and I promise you that these books can certainly change your life for the better, set you on a whole different trajectory. I'd like to hear what you have to say. What books have changed and inspired you? Post them below, and I'll talk to you soon. This is Matthew Loop. Have a fantastic day. Ciao.